here in Phoenix metropolitan area. How's everybody doing out there on Wednesday, July 17, and it is 7:11 a.m. 7:11, huh? Today, I want to talk about, well, I guess not really talk about, but last night, I'm getting ready to go to bed, and my wife brings up Las Vegas. She tells me she wants to move back to Las Vegas. That's right, back to Las Vegas, and she wants to talk to me more about moving back. You know, I'm all for it. I am all for it. I mean, I lived in Vegas 18 years. You know, it's nothing new to me. If I do move back to Vegas, I will take the UNL driver back to Las Vegas, Nevada. That's right. I will be doing my rideshare Uber Lyft out in Las Vegas, Nevada. But this ain't going to happen probably for another 5 to 6 months down the road, which will come pretty fast. It will come pretty fast. Six months down the road, possibly moving back to Las Vegas, Nevada. Wanted everybody to know that. But as for now, UNL driver here in Phoenix metropolitan area. Had an okay day in the valley today. Did pretty good. Had some good trips. Had really good fares today. Some very talkative persons in the car. Still, people canceling on other passengers. It's just the way it goes. I get a couple of calls a day. They're about 20 minutes out of the way. I get there and I pull up, depending on what app they're using. Like if it's the Uber app, if I get pinged for an Uber and I get there and it's 20 some minutes away, I'll pull up the Uber app for the passengers just to see what cars are in the area. And believe it or not, there are cars in the area. Now, the way it works, I've been doing this over 3 years, and the way it works is, let's say that you get a trip, or you request a trip, right? You see all these cars in the area, 3 or 4 cars, and it tells you probably have an Uber driver 2 to 5 minutes. So you request it. You get an Uber driver that is 20 some minutes away. Why is that? I'm going to tell you why. Because those cars in your area, they basically do a lot of cancellations. They don't accept trips. They got low ratings. Something is wrong with those drivers, obviously, to pull a driver far to come and pick them up in that same area that those drivers are in. Now, those drivers basically have a lot of cancellations, don't accept trips. They're on the app. They're not doing the job, basically. So what happens is the app knows what driver is going to make them money. It'll pull a driver 20, 30 minutes away to pick them up, even though there's drivers 2 to 5 minutes in that area. And the reason why, once again, basically those drivers suck. That's it. That's the bottom line. When you have a lot of cancellations under your belt, or you're not accepting any trips and you're just letting the trips go by, but you're on the app and you're not doing your job, Uber and Lyft are going to give those trips to the drivers that will do the job and make them money. They don't care about you making money. They don't care. They want to make money. So with that being said, those drivers in that area pretty much, they're not good. They're not good. They get less trips. It's going to ping the best driver, the closest driver, which could still be far away. But it's always going to pick the best driver first. Then it's going to look for the closest one. That's the way it works with Uber and Lyft and any other rideshare out there. Why? Because they're not a non-profit organization. They're just not a non-profit organization. Uber, Lyft, any rideshare out there, they want to make money. They don't care how long the trip is, how short the trip is, who you're picking up, and where you're taking them. They don't care. All they care is about making money. So, it's always going to pick the best driver, but the closest one, which could still be kind of far if that's the best driver, considering those drivers in that area they're not good drivers. And the way it works too is that they keep recruiting drivers. They don't stop recruiting drivers for this simple reason, is because drivers cancel a lot. They don't accept trips. They have low ratings, or something is wrong with them to where they're not getting it. So basically, the ones that cancel a lot, the ones that have low ratings, they don't get no trips. They're wondering why they don't get no trips. Well, it's because, plain and simple, you don't do your job. That's it. The key to driving Uber and Lyft, the key is to accept every single trip. When you're online, accept every single trip, and you'll see that they give you more trips and more trips and more trips. It's all wrapped around common sense. That's it. It's the same thing as having a job. So let me use this example. Let's say that you worked at Kentucky Fried Chicken, okay? And you're working the front counter. Two of you are working the front counter. One of you is just lazy. Don't like to work, takes their time, and the other one is working, doing circles around that person that's up in the front. Now, what do you think is going to happen? Your boss, your manager, the corporate of Kentucky Fried Chicken, whoever it is going to look at that. They're going to see that you are a hard worker and the other person's lazy. What's going to happen? They're either going to let that other person go. They're not going to give that other person that much work or responsibilities. They're going to give it to the other person that is doing their job. It's the same thing. But Uber and Lyft and those ride shares does not tell you. They don't give you a book or examples on how everything works. They just don't do it. You're on your own. And that's why they keep recruiting, because they know drivers are going to fail. They know they're going to deactivate drivers. They know. That's why they keep recruiting drivers, and hopefully they get the best drivers out there to make them money. That's the way it works. Making them money. That's all it boils down to. You could be the best driver accepting every trip, and you're going to make them money. That's all they're worried about. That is it. Plain and simple. That's the way it works. The cancellation button is there for emergencies, but you don't even need to use the cancellation button. You can turn it off and on even when you're on a trip. Well, not back on when you're on a trip. Well, yeah, with Uber you can, but with Lyft you can't. But you can turn it off when you're on a trip. That way you're not getting no more trips or add-ons when you're taking that person and dropping them off. Plain and simple. That's how easy it is. If you're a driver and you're doing your job and you're picking up every single passenger, you're going to get more trips. That's just the bottom line. That's how it works. You're going to get more trips. You notice the app keeps track of every single driver out there, all their habits, all their cancellations. They even keep track of your car's speed, braking, all that. We don't get reports on that no more. I don't think. I haven't seen any, but they do keep track of everything. Who knows? They might even listen to your conversations through the app. We don't know that, but they might. The technology is out of this world with Uber and Lyft. And they're still doing technology. That's all they keep doing is technology and learning more and putting more things out there in the future. So that's the way it works with Uber and Lyft. Yep, 6 months from now, I might possibly be back in Las Vegas. I will keep you guys updated on that. From 6 months from now, I might make the transition out there. UNL driver out in Las Vegas, Nevada. That would be pretty awesome. That's where I first came from, was Las Vegas, Nevada. I worked out there for about 6 months before I made the transition out here to Phoenix metropolitan area. So today is Wednesday, and it is now 7:23 a.m. 7:23 a.m. I'm pretty much done for the day. I don't know if I'm going to go back out. Might. I know I say that, but more than likely, I probably won't go back out today. Other than that, I had an okay day in the valley. But that's the way it works with Uber and Lyft. I mean, if you want to take notes, and learn on this, that's the way it really works with Uber and Lyft. They don't give you a handbook. They don't give you a book on the way it works. You just got to pretty much use your common sense and go as work as you go, and you'll learn. You learn more. I'm still learning, with Uber and Lyft. It's not something that, that you're going to know and that's it and do it. No. There's more to it than just jumping in a car and taking people and dropping them off. There's a lot more to it. You got to be presentive. You got to have a full tank of gas. Your car's got to be clean. There's a lot to it than just picking somebody up and dropping them off. You got to be really professional, have good customer service skills, and you got to have common sense. Plain and simple. You got to have that common sense. So, wanted to share that a little bit of information with any Uber drivers, Lyft drivers, rideshare drivers out there. But that's the way it works. For all you newbies, that's the way it works. Do your job, you'll get more trips. Plain and simple. Or not do your job. It's up to you. But as for me, I pick up anybody and everybody and take them where they need to go. Unless they are a minor. We do not pick up unaccompanied minors, okay? We just do not do it, okay? That's just policy right there. You can't pick up unaccompanied minors. So, with that being said, I do my job. I'm online. I take care of business, and that's it. That's the secret of doing this, is accepting those calls and doing your job. Because if you don't, I'm telling you, you're gonna get less trips. That's just the bottom line. That's common sense right there. You're going to get less trips. It's just like a regular job. If you're at work and you're doing your job, you're going to get more work, or you're going to be recognized. You'll be recognized. You may even get a raise. Who knows? Or you may be able to move up, in your position. So that's the way it works with Uber and Lyft and any other rideshare out there. Do your job or not. Do your job and you get recognized. Or not, and you fail. You'll get deactivated, or you'll end up quitting because you're not going to get that much trips. That's just the way it works. UNO driver here in Phoenix metropolitan area. That is right. Today's Wednesday, July 17th. Had a look real quick. July 17th in the Valley of Phoenix. So with that being said, oh yeah, you know what's next. That's right. Peace out.